Hey guys, welcome back. Marius here. We have Valheim and I'll give you basic tips and tricks for building. Not going to show you what to build, but I'll show you how to build. This is more important because if you learn and understand the basics, yeah, you see how much days I have spent here, then you can build whatever you want. And that is more important than just bragging about what I can build. I'm not going to do that anyways. So, this is my third attempt. Let's try to be as quick as possible, otherwise my videos are really long. First, you need to understand how the game works, building in principle. First, how to build, you need to have a hammer. Hammer you can get, oh sorry, my big head in front of me. You need 2 stone and 3 wood. You can get it everywhere, find on the ground. Then you have a hammer. Once you have a hammer, equip it. Press second mouse button and that opens everything. Not going to talk about mesh crafting and furniture, you can explore them yourself, but building is where the magic happens. You will not have as many options as I do because I'm further in the game, but worry not. Most important and awesome parts is everything you will have right away once you have your hammer. Anything and everything else is just a bonus. So how the building works. Building works and shows you, yeah, let's start with this. You don't have the store possibility right away, that's further in the game, but I am showcasing you how and why stone is important piece in later game, because it is blue. Blue means I have currently equipped repair option. This is the way how you can check integrity of everything you have built. Blue means it touches the ground, it's the fundament, it's 0, it's the strongest possible scenario here. And as you can see, with the wood, anything additional added, any piece, goes in a color coding, well, from blue, green, then yellow, then orange, then red, then dark red. Casual and simple understanding, because when it's dark red, anything added here will not stand, will not stay, integrity is too small, it cannot support it. This is the simple and principle how the game works. From there, I'll add and give you all additional bonuses you need to make your dream buildings and everything. So let's get back to the rocks. So interesting part is here. What you need to understand is not the rocks, the stone, how it extends, but take a look at this one. It is blue and the first piece attached is also blue. So this one piece acts and basically the integrity is exactly the same as it were on the ground, which is cool, which gives you an idea you can extend and build more if you have stone. But what is also interesting, look at this stair. It kinda is next to it, and what I'm trying to and showcasing you is you need to know that anything and everything that comes in a corner, and corner is where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks touch each other. Because in this one corner, actually, if you have the geometry games strong, you know that how many pieces can be touched. If you have the square approach, you can actually add even more because, yeah. Anyways, just keep in mind everything that touches the one corner also counts as direct touch. Although in the real world it would not work like that, but in the game it works. That's important. Alright, next thing I'm going to explain is with these 2 beams. There is a video out there in the YouTube which I watched and learned, but actually it's false. There's a little bit. I think the game has updated and changed the logic how it goes. You can add those casual beams, 5 of them, then it reaches the maximum. That's the maximum you can add. And the video says that the amount of these pieces, that's what matters. If it's 5, then it's 5 and that's it. Which is not true. As you can see, when you add smaller beams, you can add 10 of them. And then they reach exactly the same length. and then they can't support anymore. So that's one thing I'm just trying to debunk. If some of you have watched that video, that's not entirely correct. But let's jump to the next part, which is a little bit more important and interesting. You can have 5 vertically attached beams, but if you stack them one on another horizontally, then you can have 8. I have added specifically here those ladders, because one ladder reaches the height of one such story. One story, and that's how I added those ladders so I can count and show you that there are 8 of them, which means you can reach up to 8 levels, 8 stories, then it reaches the maximum. So 5 if you stack them horizontally, 8 if stacked vertically. Another point I need to mention, which is important, this is the maximum where you reach and nothing can be added. So if you think you can add 8-story building and then make a roof, obviously that's not the case. You need to have 7-story building, then you can add your roof, and that's the maximum. So keep in mind, I'm working with the rough numbers. Oh yeah, here it touches this one. Cheating. So 8 is absolute maximum, but if you're actually building, then it will be at least 7 because you need a roof, and that's important. Then, and yeah, small beams can also be stacked at the same height as the regular beams. What's next is when you reach Black Forest, you will get this core wood. The core wood opens few little options in the game, which is long pole. And here I'm showing you how the long pole actually extends by 1, 2, 3, 4 more stories, which is cool. As you can see, that gives you even, it's already huge. Imagine this is just a height, but you can extend and build incredible buildings. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And with this you can build even more. And some of you might be asking like, yeah, but what the hell is this? Don't worry, this is later coming in the game when you discover iron. Then you can make iron, as you can see, strengthen. Here I need to have again reference to that one video, because at that time, I believe, when that guy made a video, these poles were all the time blue, which means you extend the fundament, which means you can build infinite amount of height buildings, which sounded ridiculously amazing, and I bought it. But I think the game, with the updates and everything, changed the logic, I guess. I'm not saying the guy was wrong, but the game logic changed. So now, as you can see, those poles run out of integrity anyways. So they are not infinite amount of height you can reach. But let me just show you how high you can go, and oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Trust me, it will be enough for you. At the end, you can see this one last beam supported one additional beam, which I exchanged with the long beam, basically tricked the game to reach even higher. Higher grounds, and as you can see, this is kind of absolute maximum. It's pretty high. In total, you are currently looking at 26-story structure, which is the limit. And here I need to again point out, we are starting from ground. Remember, at the bottom I showed you how you can stack stone and actually expand that blue fundament structure integrity. So yes, you can build even higher, but this is achieved only with wood. So only with wood you can achieve 26-story building. And if that's not high, then I don't know what's high. That's like, this is like Snoop Dogg's high, you know? That's the level you can achieve in the game, which is cool. So another thing I'm going to show you, you saw previously I had workbench there, I have workbench here, and I have workbench in bottom. So why is, you know, when you build a workbench, there's a radius around it, which you see on the ground, but you don't see on the sky. But actually, it is like a sphere, right? Like a ball around, which is the radius. Which means when you have a workbench and you build up, you will reach one point where you can't, where you're out of the workbench. You need another workbench. That's why I have them. So if you are building in any direction from workbench, that's basically the guide here, you know that it will, where the wood came from, you need to have more extensions of workbenches. All right, that's out of the way. Currently, I'm not going to touch stone buildings and everything. Honestly, I haven't explored them yet. Just recently reached the stone as a material and possibility, but that's the basic. You need to understand of integrity, how it works, how to check it. One last thing I'm throwing in, so you can make your dream temples and everything, is let me show you why and how the game is kinda trying to achieve physics and geometry similar to real world. So obviously these look ridiculous, and I have built them quickly. Let's run through. Why? Because this is blue, right? We know. Then we have two greens, and they gradually decrease. But the funny thing is, as you can see, we have one piece, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, even if I extend one above, which is using one piece, I still can stack together 4 of them. And similarly, as you can see, higher and higher, here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces and 5, right? In a green and even yellow, but I can still stack 2 of them, like extend. Why? This is simple explanation. Remember, 8 on top, 5 on one next to another, which means whenever you go one stack above, it's not fully the same integrity translated in the vertical. That's why it's still supporting. Hard to explain, but just I hope someone someone will get the idea. That's why it's not strictly you add one on top, you reduce one on the side. This is just a representation, the maximum limits you can build. Keep in mind that the same works for floor, for doors, for walls, for roof. I am just using beams because of the smallest size, so it's easy to show you. Those were all walls, they would touch each other, and it's just hard to visually represent the possibilities. Then, last part, let me try to squeeze it together, then it will be the shortest version I'm making for this. This is where my favorite part is, geometry, because I actually enjoyed and I still enjoy geometry really a lot in a subject in the school as well. So here it is where you guys gonna love it as well, if you haven't yet. Let me show you what happens and what we can do with this diagonal, right? This literally is kind of diagonal because you can see this is, yeah, I'm showcasing. So these are 2 sides, and then I have one diagonal touching the part. So I will show you and demonstrate what's the benefit of it, and if you know the geometry. Currently, as I said, this is the maximum already reached. Nothing can be added there. Why? Because we have used 2 beams here and then 4 beams there. What we can do, actually pick this one. So I will show you right away, and you will get quite quickly how it happens. You see, first of all, we have this one piece, it's already blue, which means it's fundament. This one is green. Already here in this example, instead of going 3 pieces to this joint connection, I reached it with only 2 of them. So this piece already changed the color, and honestly, I think it also supports one more. Yeah, but we are going even higher than that. No, not with this, but let me extend it. It's tricky, of course. Come on, come on. Boom. So now, reduce that. Actually, I can leave it. Demonstrate fully how integrity works. So now what we have reached is, let me see, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, we reach this one additional beam with only 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, this is basic geometry, that the shortest point is straight line, not going around, and this is literally diagonal. And yeah, as you can see, the color is still pretty red because it's still pretty far. But, oh no, I already added one. We extended the possibility of one additional piece. And other way around, if you remove it, you see integrity loses and you can't build as high as previously. Why I have this one here? Okay. And this is where these awesome diagonal things kick in, basically supports. Similarly as in real life, of course, in real life such structure would never hold, it will just collapse, you need to add additional, but partially they reached it. And one additional way how I will try to squeeze it in and show you, one more tip right away is when you build something, anything in this game, and destroy it afterwards, it gives back you all the resources, which means when you need to build something and you need to reach some height, don't be afraid to add additional floor, additional stairs, something, because then afterwards you just delete them and leave the main building as you wanted. It's ridiculous what I'm building, but anyways. So what I'm trying to show you here, you see, with that one fundament, this main structure where it started, if you're going straight up and then trying to reach some point, imagine that I want to build a huge house there or something. This is the maximum. I can't reach it. It's only 2 beams on the side. But if I went from there diagonal, look at this, I reach the same height, but a little bit. Of course, they can't support, still it's the maximum, but you see it is beneficial. As you can see, I basically saved and added 3 more pieces where I can build. I need to back up one additional item and then I can build, but you get the idea. The main point is these diagonals, they look something weird, they are heavy and funny and something, but they actually work. They extend your support capabilities, and I would advise to use them. Don't build just straight up and then going on the side. One additional support gives you more clear whole free support. That's the main point. But yeah guys, I'm cutting the video here, just only 18 minutes, awesome. This is the basic. This is absolute basic to understand what the coloring means, remember. Then of course you always can just go test and trial. When you build something and you add and it collapses, you understand you reached the point where it's not supported anymore. Where, as I actually showed before, then you can look for a way to extend to the fundament. This is, you see, this would be the best case scenario. Everything is green. I can now add and build some crazy things even more. It all comes together to the how far is the first fundament. Is blue? It shouldn't be blue. It shouldn't be blue. The game glitched. It shouldn't be blue. It should be green, I believe. If I destroy an ad, it will glitch. It's not touching ground. Yeah, as I said. Some weird. This is ridiculous. Caught right on the camera, because you see there is no ground touching. But anyways, yeah, understanding the colors, understanding everything that touches, even in the corner, still counts as touching. So passing the integrity. Then 8 stories added on top, 5 in a row, and supportive beams. Absolutely amazing, absolutely needed. And yeah, if, I'm just saying for the future videos, if and when I will make video for building with the stone, you can see how that complicates kind of everything, because then there's no limit. You just extend as high as you want those stones and then add those poles. Then you can, I don't know what's the maximum limit you can reach, but I believe in them. YouTube, in no time there will be crazy buildings, which is amazing because the game is amazing. That's it for the moment. Thank you guys for watching. Now you have everything, the tactics, the logic, everything about the buildings. Go and build your dream house, your dream castle, everything you want, because now you can. And we will meet in next videos. Cheers.